Once was a land of woe and strife, where the people were bereft of hope. They prayed to their gods of might and light to deliver the heroes of old. Instead they got heroes. Did you hear the quotes in my voice of moral ambiguity? They may help or may not help you at all, depends on what's in it for them. They kick and they punch and they maul and they smash, they lie and they scheme and they burn and they slash. Succeed or fail, it adds to the tale. Dungeons and Debacle starts now. Hello everybody out there in Streamland, welcome to the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. I am your host and dungeon master Kevin. Going around the table, Blake.
Hi, I'm Blake, and I'll be playing Juliet, the eldritch knight / wizard Dragonborn.
And Hannah.
I'm Hannah, and I'll be playing Talia, the human rogue.
And John.
I'm playing Alunodas, Elven monk, sexy bitch.
And Shane.
That's me playing Alexander, the human bard.
And Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'll be playing Vic'ala, the Paladin Drow.
Paladin.
Paladin. All right. So last time on Dungeons and Debacles podcast, you guys had descended deeper into the Fey Shrine here, looking for the Boots of Feydale. You descended the stairs and you got a greeting from Elysian Silverbow after Alexander quit being a little shit and playing his bagpipes. A fight ensued.
Because of the bagpipes, let's be clear.
Yeah, it was because of the bagpipes. And Elysian was basically taken out of this fight by Vic, by that clutch hold person spell. Or not Elysian, Galandra was her name. Alicia was the name of the savior. But anyway, so Vic basically took her out of this battle with this hold person spell. You were able to dispatch the other elven archers that were in the room. And Vic landed the killing blow by basically cutting Galandra off at the feet above the boots and then stabbing her in the chest. So that's basically where you find yourselves now. Yeah. Cue the Zelda level up music. So you are down in the bottom of this Fey Shrine. Galandra is here bleeding out from the legs and the chest all over the floor. Now you get some time to look around, and you're basically seeing like these accusing looks from all these statues around the room that are about 15 feet tall, depicting various elven heroes throughout the ages, basically looking down on you and giving you the stink eye. At least that's the way it feels after this battle.
I don't feel that way.
Juliet is gonna wipe the blood off of her armor after checking one of these guys that's kind of been a bloody mess, and ask the party, is everyone okay? Did we have any problems? That was pretty easy to me.
I could use some dry cleaning, personally.
Yeah, you don't want to wash full plate in the washer and dryer, even on delicate mode.
Yeah. Like Voice in the Sky said, it's not good for your washing machine, kids.
Imagine clank, 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 clank.
Your mom comes home and you like run and go.
Sounds like a
run to
blender.
hide it in your bedroom.
All right, let's take a short rest. Let's desecrate this temple a little bit. Let's leave Galandra, or whatever her name is, in a sarcastic pose to insult whoever comes looking for her. And then let's leave. Yeah?
I guess, yeah.
Should we take a longer rest since we're kind of safe here? I doubt anyone's going to dance their way across.
I'm gonna take a
ready.
drink. I'm gonna take a drink from my the water skin that I filled with water from the fountain upstairs.
Okay.
Does it do anything, or once it's gone from the fountain, it's no longer?
You
effective?
take a drink and it just tastes like cool water. You don't.
Oh,
feel
sad
any,
face.
It was worth the effort.
You don't feel any of the effects that you previously had with the refreshment and vigor.
I mean, it's still refreshing. It's cold water, but you know. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah,
Talia's
we don't
gonna
need to
look
take
at
a long
the
rest or
water
anything.
skin.
We have the fountain. We have the fountain
Yeah.
right upstairs. Forgot about that.
Talia's
That's
gonna look
true.
at the water skin with disappointment and go, "Oh man, this could have been filled with something else."
Some boobs for kids.
She has gained a taste for wine, like good wine, much to Juliet's chagrin.
Yep.
Yeah, probably Juliet's fault.
Bad Talia.
Or
Talia.
mom.
Yeah. So Nyfron, is wiping the sweat from his brow, and you're going to see him walk over to Talia and sit down, and he's going to pull out one of those fine bottles of wine and uncork it and take a long swig and hand it to Talia.
Talia will also take a long swig and pass it back.
Nyfron,
Yes.
you're on thin fucking ice here.
Wow.
Why?
Because she's a child. That isn't a drink for a child.
She's not a child.
Talia, how old are you?
12? I think that the point he's trying to make is that I've gone through far more than most children my age have.
He's going to, without taking his eyes off you, Juliet, hand the bottle back to Talia. She's old enough to make her own decisions.
I mean, I used to drink wine at the age of 4, so, you know. It's all we had on the ground. We didn't have water, you know?
That explains a lot.
Excuse me.
Nothing.
That's what I thought.
Nyfron's also going to say, well, the way things are going now, she's probably in her golden years anyway.
Wow.
Nope, my
fate,
plan is
huh,
to
Nyfron?
live forever.
Or die trying?
Basically, yeah, that's the goal.
Okay, well, let's check all these bodies. We'll pick up any useful equipment. We'll take a rest, and if
We don't
you
even need
so
to take a rest.
desire,
We have
you
the fountain.
okay, we can use that instead. I was going to say, if you want to, during the rest, you can draw mustaches on the statue or whatever strikes your fancy.
I just want
Plus,
to
there's this
seat,
nice pedestal here.
Yeah, just want to leave Galandra up there with her not feet popped up and resting nonchalantly without her feet. Footloose, fancy free.
Nyfron's going to take a few more long swigs and say, before we go, I have to do something. And then he's going to walk up to the statue of Corellin in the bottom of the hall here. And you see him unbuckle his pants and then start pissing on this statue.
That's vile. I don't care you don't like the man or god or whatever, but that's still vile, Nyfron.
Also shows a lack of creativity.
As he's urinating, he's going to, after you say that, Vic, he's going to turn his head and kind of give you this scoffing look and say, you call yourself a drow?
I mean, you know, we have a bit class, I guess, compared to you.
I agree with Vic here, but it looks like you're already started what you're doing, so go ahead, I guess.
He's going to shake off and do his belt back. And
Typical.
he's going to start walking around the room and looking at these statues and scoffing one by one.
That's so weird. They're statues. Like,
Sorry, go ahead.
scoff. Just go around.
He's gonna say, I actually knew these people.
Huh. Doesn't that make it a bit weirder being on a statue of someone you used to know?
I outlived them by far. Fools.
Oh, I agree with you. That is true. Just a bit humorous.
There's this like pedestal or something down towards the bottom. Is there anything Juliet is going to inspect that? What does it look like? What's up with that? Is that just like a pedestal?
Can you ping where you're talking about?
Can you see where you're talking about?
It appears to be some sort of altar.
Okay.
There's some writing on it. It appears to be made of marble, and it rises probably about 3 feet off the ground.
Okay. Juliet is going to cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual and read the pedestal, what it says. Or what an altar, right?
Yes. So you cast the spell and you read it, and it says something to the effect of, in the memory of Elysian Silverbolt, servant of Corellin. And as you're looking at it, it seems to be like a place here that's probably about a foot by a foot in diameter, like an indention. And you get the feeling this was probably where the boots were displayed at some point.
Gotcha. Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything?
Talia wants to check the bodies and see if there's any gold or anything interesting she can get from them.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
16.
All right, so with that 16, are you searching all the bodies? Some of the, like, which bodies are you searching?
The the silver bow lady, and then any, I don't know where the other guards fell, but any that are within like a 20-yard radius of where I'm at right now, basically.
Okay, so on Galandra, you start searching her, and she's wearing like this green and silver like tunic. And, you know, as you're searching around, you move the tunic around, and she has a shirt on underneath, but you're feeling something that's kind of like crunchy and like link-like, and you pull her shirt away, and you are going to find this finely woven, like silver metal chain shirt on underneath.
I'll strip that off of her. She has no dignity now.
Wow.
Also on her, you are going to, find that bow where she was disarmed on the ground. It is finally...
Disfooted.
Sorry?
Disfooted.
So this bow is made out of what appears to be like this whitish petrified wood, and it has this fine ornate like engraving relief of like vines and trees all along its length until you get to the handle, and the handle is made out of like this scroll work silver. Also on Galandra here, you are going to find 1,000 gold pieces. You are going to find 20 fire arrows.
Do they say like fire arrows on them?
Yeah, an Elven.
Fire arrows.
It's a brand.
Patent pending. You are going to find 1 vial with some sort of liquid in it. And she is also wearing a fine, like greenish gray cloak with this silver embroidery on it. So that's what you find on Galandra.
Nice score. Now, are you going to share any of that?
I mean, like, I don't think I can wear a chain shirt. I don't think I can wear any kind of... I have to wear leather, I think. So that's definitely going to someone else.
Oh, no. It does go to either you or Alexander, because Elven chain counts as one armor category lighter. So even though you're not proficient in it, technically you're proficient in light armor, which means you're proficient in the Elven chain.
Oh, excellent. So I might hold on to that. We'll have to figure out if it does, because right now I'm wearing the leather armor +1. So if it's better than that, then I might hold on to it. Otherwise, I will pass it on to Alexander. But I think Alexander has something better than me anyway. The bow is probably going to someone else. The fire arrows are probably going to someone else. The vial with liquid in it I'm probably keeping. And the cloak, we have to figure out what it does, but that's probably going to someone else because I don't think I'm giving up my my cloak of the bat.
Sorry to meta, but can't Juliet detect magic those items? Tell you what I know?
Yes,
Let's pile up the corpses. She can cast detect magic, and it would take everything that's magic or fancy.
Oh, were you seeing if there was anything else from the other guys that I was searching, or do I need to do another investigation check?
First, give me an investigation check on that chain.
22.
You haven't seen this personally yourself, but you've heard about it. You would know that this chain is mithril, and it's so light and tightly woven that it kind of works like a shirt, and you're pretty sure that anybody could wear it.
Outstanding. I'm gonna shout over to Juliet. Hey, Juliet, does this look like it's magic-y or something? I can't tell if it is.
I suppose I can check. Juliet is going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual. Actually, can I cast that as a ritual? Shoot.
If you can't, then it becomes a much more limited spell.
Oh yeah, I can cast it as a ritual. Okay. And then Juliet is going to Detect Magic on this stuff.
Okay.
It doesn't tell me what it is, but it'll let us know what is magical and what is not. I assume everything that you've specifically outlined is magical or exceptional in some way.
Yeah, so...
You mean like it being a mithril shirt, which is awesome.
So the mithril shirt is definitely magical. The cloak is magical. The oath bow is definitely magical. Other than the Boots of Feydale, this bow is probably the second brightest glowing thing in this room. The arrows are magical. The potion's magical. You are also, as you're looking around this room, you are going to see something glowing magically from the wizard that you killed. And you're also going to see something glowing magically from another one of these high elf warriors.
I'll check out the warrior unless someone else wants to do the investigating.
I'm busy, slowly, painfully, awkwardly, not at all well, dragging Galandra's body over to the altar area.
I'll start shaking down the mage body that was glowing.
Vic cares not for primal elven weapons.
Okay, so...
You said the vial was magical?
Yes, the vial's magical. So you go and check out the one warrior. Everything, you're looking around. If you don't have the detect magic spell up, you're not going to know what's magical. But this warrior appears to have a long sword, fairly nice cloak, some good-looking boots, some nice leather armor. Who is checking out the wizard?
I rolled an 8.
You are, finding, some robes and, a cloak. Also appears to be like a satchel on their side and a wand in his hand.
I will snatch up the wand and cast Identify.
Okay. You cast Identify, and this is the Wand of the War Mage.
I don't know what that is.
It basically allows you to... Your spell attack bonus is 1 higher than your base. So if your spell DC or attack bonus is a 16, this would make it a 17.
I will shove that into the bag of holding.
Okay. Also, if you're searching the satchel that this wizard is carrying, has several spell components and a scroll case.
Shove it all in.
Okay.
What if the scroll case is empty?
What if the scroll case has a magical hole inside of it? We could all die.
Or what if it's trapped?
This is fine. We'll figure. We'll compile everything within.
Also, looking around, Juliet, you would know that long sword that elven fighter was carrying is magical.
Alright, Juliet will point out any of the magic items.
Talia does want to go around to the people who aren't being searched and just kind of dig around in their pockets for loose change.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
A malicious Tiny Tim.
Aw, 7.
You dig around and you find some pocket lint and some loose change on some of these elves, maybe a total of 150 gold pieces.
Damn, that ain't pocket change.
It is for us. We built a temple.
Yeah, you guys might not know this, but right now Talia has like 4,000 gold.
Whoa. Somebody is rolling.
Well,
That's close to 100 pounds of gold.
It is. It is.
I looked up the weight and like the space that gold took up since we found, what was it, like 1,000 gold? And
He had
it's-
like 7,000 gold from our heist. We are...
yeah, it's about a
ridiculously
pound
word.
per 50 gold pieces.
Need to change some of that for platinum.
We're built for
Right.
temples.
So yeah, like I got, because we each got, what was it? We each got like 5,000 gold from the.
Not H.
Sorry, my
Talia
doggo
and
decided
I.
to bark. Yeah,
I'm
Talia
pissed for him.
and Alunodas, we each got like 5,000 gold from the heist a long time ago, and Talia has tried her best to spend a bunch of that money, and she still has a bunch.
Take up philanthropy, I'm telling you.
No.
Ice cream's cheap.
You can always get into essential oils.
Go back and find all your street urchin friends from back in the day that you knew, and like try to sell them like essential oils and crystals.
Right?
Yeah, what a
You
hunt.
can work from home.
Maybe Amway. Get them all into Amway.
All right, so we'll say that you've grabbed everything out of this room that appears to be magical and money-wise that you can find.
I would like to identify everything magical that Juliet points out.
Okay. Are I casting that as a ritual?
No, I'm just gonna expend my spell slots.
It's a lot of spell
All
slots.
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
Well,
but
we
yeah,
have the
take a
fountain
while.
right upstairs.
Yeah,
He's just going
exactly.
to walk upstairs and back downstairs.
All right.
Should have said that. Now Kevin is gonna mess you up. The fountain is gone. That's
how many
it.
are there?
Well, I personally
Yeah,
am holding 5 magical items that I've picked up.
I rolled a 2 to drag Galandra over to the steps down there. at
Well,
the
remember, she's probably about 20 or 30 pounds lighter without her feet.
That's true, yeah.
bottom. Oh,
True.
and also
Yeah.
you've taken most of her armor off.
That,
Well,
mm.
that is
Good
true.
point.
She is basically naked at this point from the waist up,
Naked and
I-
footless.
right?
That's a good movie name. Like a dancing movie. Like an urban one. Like a romance, you know?
Gone with the feet.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you start identifying these things. We'll start with this mithril chain shirt. It is a +2 mithril chain.
That's insane.
The cloak is a the green cloak with the silver embroidery. It is a cloak of protection +1.
Okay.
The bow here.
You writing these down in the inventory, anyone?
I am. Because I picked them up, I put them in my inventory, and we'll just pass them out as necessary. But I'm keeping the mail shirt.
Oh yeah.
The bow, you identify it, and this is a oath bow.
What is an oath bow, by the way?
When you knock an arrow on this bow and whisper in Elvish, "Swift defeat to my enemies," when you use this weapon to make a ranged attack, you can, as a command phrase, say, "Swift death to you who have wronged me," and the target of your attack becomes your sworn enemy, until it dies or until dawn 7 days later. You can only have one sworn enemy at a time, and when your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one after the next dawn. When you make a
Is
range...
that like a hunter sworn enemy?
Sort of, but it lasts longer, and you can't move
okay.
it. So after they die, you can choose a new one the next day. But when you make a ranged attack with this weapon on your sworn enemy, you have advantage on the roll. In addition, if your target gains no benefit from cover other than total cover, and you suffer no disadvantage due to long range. If the attack hits, your sworn enemy takes an extra 3d6 piercing damage.
Damn.
When
I
you're
could use that if nobody wants it.
or while your sworn enemy still lives, you have disadvantage on attack rolls with all other weapons.
Oh. That's interesting.
But I can put that description in chat.
Yes, please. I was trying to type and then and then I just put magical elf bow, lots of info, copy paste later.
I just called it the command of swift death. It's
It also requires attunement.
Oh. That's a
which
deal
means you
breaker.
just like masturbate with it for an evening. Nothing big.
What?
Just an hour.
That is a lot of info.
How else would you attune to a magic weapon? I just assumed. You gotta get intimate with it.
The next
Gotta get
item.
intimate, yeah.
The next item is that wand of the War Mage. It is made out of this like almost black wood with runes carved into it, and it's kind of like this twisty spiral towards the end. That one gives you +1 on your spell attack and DC. The 20 fire arrows that you found do an additional 1d6 fire damage. The potion, you don't have to cast Identify on it. You can just taste it, and you would know that. It is a potion of greater healing.
Is that the vial with the liquid in it?
Correct. The scroll case, inside you're going to find a scroll, and you start looking at it through the Identify spell. You would know that this is a scroll of Conjure Fey.
Huh. Those are useful.
And then the longsword that you found is a +2 longsword. This also might be a good time to identify those items that you found back in the ruins.
Sure thing.
Oh yeah.
Was that the episode I couldn't make it?
Yes. Oh wait, that was a Will-O-Wisp episode. I don't
It
know.
was the
Yeah, 'cause you
Will-O-Wisp
didn't make
episode.
that.
She had to leave
Oh,
her.
I was there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There was a longsword and a tower shield that were there. That seemed untouched.
Actually, it was a short sword and a tower shield.
Was it a short sword? All right.
Yep. At least that's what I've got in my notes. I may have said what it was.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a short sword. What does it do?
The short sword is a fine steel short sword with like this like almost blood red leather wrapping around it with a bronze hilt, and you identify it. It is a short sword +1 flame tongue, and
Nice.
the command word is you can use the command word as a bonus action. It is Elven for burn.
And I'm guessing that it does extra fire damage. For
2d6
some
fire damage.
Is it the one-hander, by the way?
It's a short sword.
Short sword.
I could actually use that for a dex build. Not to metagame too much, but yeah.
Or
Six,
Talia.
right?
Or Talia. Actually, Talia could use that even better than me. Yeah.
That'd
Let's
be
get some more, I
fun.
see.
Could she, being a smaller child, would she be able to do it?
Yeah, you would be able to wield a short sword.
Question.
Could she still offhand a dagger?
As a bonus, yes.
Okay, well, yeah, that's what I mean. Is like as a bonus roll.
Could she still do a wield? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
as
finesse
long.
weapon.
Yeah, it's a finesse weapon.
Also, question: could I teach her how to say that in Elvish, in case her character doesn't know?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Sweet.
wonderful.
All right. So,
Sweet.
I mean, just to parcel this out, I guess I'm gonna hold on to the mithril mail. I'm looking at the inventory, and Alexander definitely has like armor that is awesome. So I'm gonna hold on to the mithril, and probably, and that short sword would be awesome. I don't know who else wants to take anything else, but that's what I would like.
I don't need anything.
We still got the tower shield. The tower shield, it is polished steel with an elven inscription that says "Ride the Lightning." With this tower shield, you get no bonus to AC, but you can use a bonus action to hide behind it, granting half cover. It also has enchanted a resistance to lightning damage.
Huh. Cool.
So basically, as you would say the command word, you would get resistance to lightning damage and also get a half cover bonus from ranged attacks if you hide behind it.
Gotcha.
But if you don't say it, then it functions as a normal tower shield?
Well, the thing is it doesn't get an AC bonus because it's so heavy and so unwieldy that you don't actually get a bonus to AC, but you do get basically portable cover with you wherever you go.
Gotcha.
Because it's just so heavy that you can't really, attack with it.
Can't I use it like put it in front of me, put a crossbow on top, and use it as
we'll
a
mount it on the cart and use it as a...
Oh, that's amazing. Yes. That's a great idea.
That mithril mail, does it give me a disadvantage on stealth?
No.
Excellent. Alright, cool.
And I believe that's it.
Can I get that cloak of protection? Bump up my AC a little bit more? Make me slightly less squishy?
Any chance you wanna trade that cloak of protection for a cloak of mentor?
Well, I already have the ring of water breathing.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. And I have enough AC, I'm just asking on the way.
So that leaves the oath bow, the tower shield. Was anybody taking the long sword or the short sword?
I'm gonna take the short sword.
Wait, what's the long sword again?
It's a long sword plus two.
Mm-hmm. If I recall, long sword is strength based, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Nothing
a
to do
versatile weapon
personally.
that you can use either one or two-handed.
Actually, I might...
So as a one-handed, you would get 1d8, but you could use it with two hands and get 1d10.
Huh. And I can wield the shield if I use that.
Yep. If you use it one-handed.
If nobody wants it, I'll take it just in case. I can use sword plus shield if you need more tankiness and some counters.
Sure.
Do you
Sounds
have a
fine.
shield?
Okay.
If I have a shield, no, I don't. But I can always
Okay.
get one.
Are there any random shields lying around with these archers? Probably not.
No, there's not. So that leaves the oath bow, the wand of the war mage. That's probably either going to be Juliet or Alexander.
Alexander, do you want it or can I take it?
You should be fine to take it. I don't have that many offensive spells that would benefit.
All right.
Yeah, because the only like super damaging spell I have is lightning bolt, and other than that, most of my spells are utility, like invisibility, suggestion, healing.
All right. The oath bow.
I mean, I'll hold on to it.
I
But
think the
don't think
bow should go to Alexander. Keep him...
Is it a
Is
long
it?
bow or a short bow?
Ooh.
You look at it, and it kind of looks like in between. You would know from identifying it that once you attuned it, you could make it either a short bow or a long bow.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
don't know if you can use
I
that,
guess
Alexander.
I think I'll check later, but I'll just carry on to it now.
Okay.
With the fire arrow.
So you're taking the
We
oath
know
bow
he
and-
should not be melee.
So Alexander's taking the oath bow and the fire arrows. So I guess what's left is the potion of greater healing and scroll of conjure Fey.
I'm not gonna summon anything from the Fey.
I'll take the
Really?
scroll of Conjure Fey.
Okay, I'll carry on to the potion of greater.
Okay.
All right. So what are you doing now?
Well, I'm still trying to drag What's Her Nuts over to the steps where I've already written in her blood nice boots and drawn fake boots on the steps.
Okay. We'll say after some effort you can do that.
Yay.
Yeah, so speaking of boots, we should take the boots that she has and figure out what they do. Boots of Feydale, right?
Mm-hmm. We probably won't be allowed to keep them, so we shouldn't get too attached.
Yeah,
hey,
but you
Kevin?
know,
Yep.
Can you copy and paste what that short sword does? I'm trying to put it into my.
I
It's
already
a-
have it plugged in.
It's a short sword
Short
plus
sword.
1 that does 2d6 fire damage.
Oh, do I have it in the wrong place?
No, you have it in the wrong place.
No,
I
it's
was
Talia.
just trying to figure out how it works. Like, does it do normal short sword things, but then I use burn to do the 2d6 fire damage?
It's both.
And does the
God.
burning last for a limited amount of time, or can she just, like, leave it on?
It's,
can leave
it's
it-
just 2D fire. What's that?
You can leave it on, and it also casts dim light for 40 feet.
That's helpful.
Didn't they have something
What?
like this in
So
Aragon?
And just put the stats in there for the boots.
Awesome.
Oh my god, I want them so bad.
+3 for ranged. Yes, you want that for the moment.
I guess we have to give Talia the boots.
Oh, yep. I don't use dexterity myself at all.
I
I
do,
mean-
but I don't use ranged attacks.
And I
She
throw
likes
my
those.
daggers.
Well, it's time to gear up Talia to be a killing machine.
I mean, I was
More
already
of a
working on
killing
that,
machine.
but
Here we go.
Don't know if you'd heard, but she did, like, stab a greater fire elemental to death in the face.
Oh.
yeah, I one-shot it.
It
was
sounds like
glorious.
somebody is giving fruit baskets to Kevin behind our back.
No, she just rolled a natural 20 and then another natural 20.
Oh my-
And then
And
another,
then another
natural
natural
20.
20.
So you wasted your entire life slack on free rolls. Okay.
So I think the plan is to go upstairs, drink from that, whatchamacallit, that
Fountain.
fountain or basin or whatever you want to call it,
Dr.
to
Pepper.
heal up. And then how are we going to get across? Are we going back,
I
guys?
think we can just walk across. I think it's a one-way bullshit.
I magically forgot what's there.
Now, I'm not saying that
dancing
you're
checkerboard.
wrong, but
Oh.
Kevin just pulled up the map, so...
So, after Blake, after this, can you help me code the Boots of Feydale into like my AC and all that jazz?
Me?
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah, I can
master.
help you.
Yeah, my
Awesome.
name's not
Thank you. I
Blake.
appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so are you guys going upstairs to drink from the fountain?
Yep.
Okay, so you drink from the fountain and you get all your spells and your hit points back. This is if you are refreshed from a long rest.
Okay. Awesome. Just realized I didn't get hit the entire fight. Wow.
Nice.
What am I?
But she did
tank
use some
for?
spell slots.
I did use spell slots.
Yeah, I
Burned
got
them.
back my. I used both of my second level spell slots for mirror image.
I used all of my
Worth.
spell slots for identify.
I used up almost all my chi points beating the fuck out of a person who couldn't fight back.
Nice.
Let's go do it. Let's long rest a little bit.
You want a long rest, even though we're fully ready, just for the fuck of it.
I didn't realize there was enough for all of us. I thought it was
Yeah.
nearing.
We do need to attune
it's a
to
fountain,
things,
so-
but let's get out of the temple, work our way back to place where there aren't fairies.
Okay.
If you capture a pixie on the way back from that village we saw, does it revive us if we die?
No, this is
Only
not
if we keep it in a
Legend
bottle.
of Zelda.
I mean, I can be hopeful.
All
I feel
right,
like you're trying to
so
help out Talia with the skull.
are you making your way out of the temple?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, who's going
Stepping on
first?
that first? It is not me.
I am biting the bullet.
All right, so you step out here onto this green square, and you are going to take 5 points of fire damage.
Do I start dancing?
You do not.
Okay, so no dancing, just fire damage.
I'm gonna step onto a white square.
Wait, no, don't do it. I have something.
Okay,
you
I
take-
will
Oh, you already
belay
stepped.
that.
You already,
Okay,
you
I'll
already-
step.
So you take 5 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Okay, Alexander, Vic, which one of you wants to not take damage?
Me.
Yeah, I'll manage.
Alright, Juliet is going to, as a ritual, cast Tensor's Floating Disc, which lets me hold. He can, Alexander can sit on top of the disc as Juliet moves across, and the disc will follow. That will keep him above the ground.
Okay.
And then Juliet will step onto a green square.
Okay. You are going to take 4 points of fire damage, reduced to half.
Alright.
So I'm gonna step onto this green square and see what happens.
You're going to take 1 point of fire damage.
Ah, son of a biscuit-eating bulldog. We're gonna have to. Oh man. I think I'd rather.
I'm going to step from a green square to a green square. Or maybe, can I hop? Can I jump really far?
I'm
You should have done that
gonna
first for a running jump.
I'm gonna go to the fountain. Gonna fill my mouth with water, sprint across, and as I finish sprinting across, swallow it.
Before you do that, Luna is going to take 4 points of fire damage. And then, Vic, as you go over to the fountain to take a drink, give me a perception check.
Okay, hold on. That's a solid, beautiful 8.
So yeah, you just go over there and you get some water and what are you doing now?
Puffer fish. Just keep it in my mouth and just sprint across and drink it in as I get across.
Are you going to dash?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes your movement 60 feet?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and run.
Thank you, Talia.
All right, is
Here
that
we
in
go.
your turn?
Yep. Yeah.
You are going to take 6 points of fire damage.
Oh.
Alright, if that's the way it works, I'm just going to dash the rest of the way across and do it all in one turn because that's my move.
Okay, you're going to take 5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Alexander, Juliet, Talia. Well, Talia, what are you doing?
So I am going to dash across. I think I end there. I thought I ended here though. But I guess not. I guess it is here. I'm gonna end there.
We'll just say for the sake of this that you make it all the way across and you're going to take 6 points of fire damage.
Man, that's not fair. We should just dance. Like that was significantly less painful.
Says you.
Well, yeah, I did really well at it, so there is that.
Do you want to step back out onto the floor?
No, I don't. Nope, not even a little bit.
All right, Alexander.
I'm chilling on the floating disc.
Okay, Juliet.
Juliet is going to dash 60 feet forward and continue on the chessboard.
All right, so we'll say that you can make it 2 rounds, just for the sake of expediency
Sure.
here. You're ending this one on a green one.
Yep.
So that's 3 points of fire damage.
All right.
And then another 3 points to get you off the board.
Sounds good.
All right, so I just rolled a perception for Nyfron, and he's going to walk over here to this wall where one of these inlays were. There was one of a snowflake and one of a flame, and he's going to push the flame one in, and then walk out here and step on one of these green tiles that he knows has been causing fire damage, and nothing happens.
Son of a...
Yep. Well, I'm just gonna swallow the water. Does it heal me, by the way?
It does.
Gonna waltz all the way, feeling stupid.
So after he steps on that, he's going to say, step on the green squares. They're safe.
Well, Alexander's over now because he followed Juliet on the floating disc.
I think Juliet should turn off the floating disc while he's still above one of the green squares.
I'm gonna take 1 damage because I said I'm gonna do that before I heard what he said, and gonna look more stupid now.
You would be able to run off the board on these green squares and not take any damage.
Okay.
Alright, so at this point, this would move you guys back out onto the Fey Temple.
Alright. Time to get out of these stupid woods, away from these stupid fairies, and back to the real world, where people aren't fairies. Alunodas totally hates fairies now.
Alright, so you made your way out of the temple, and now you are out into the grounds surrounding the shrine.
Did we by any chance at the previous session examine that water next to us?
I think we ignored it.
You did.
I'm gonna go ahead and examine that pond. I've heard magical stories of Fey water before.
Okay.
If you get attacked by a nymph, I'm not going to not laugh.
I'll kill it, that's fine. Should I roll something or...
What are you doing when you go up to the pond?
I'm examining the bottom of it and the area next to it, especially the shore.
Okay, are you just looking?
I'm touching the bottom of it in the water a bit.
Oh, so you're getting into the water?
Just my hand, front of my hand.
Just your hand, okay. As your hand breaches the water here, it creates like this little ripple, and you touch down, and you touch the bottom of it, and it feels kind of like mossy, like some grass underneath here that's been waterlogged and it's kind of rotting. And you pull your hand back out, and you're like, oh well, doesn't really feel like there's anything in this pond. And then you are going to see like a ripple, and then another ripple, and another ripple from the center of this pond, and then this rope-like thing comes whisking out of the water, and I need you to make a dexterity check.
Oh, that's my bad stat. Beautiful 9.
All right, so this rope wraps around your leg, and it starts pulling you in. And then this other one, give me another dexterity check.
Do we notice any of this, or do we just assume she's fine?
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you're able to avoid this one, but it's still got this rope that's around like your left leg that is now pulling you in. Give me a strength check.
13.
Oh, so this rope suddenly jerks you, and you fall off of your feet, and it starts dragging you into the water.
Do we see this happening?
Does she call for help, perhaps?
I'm gonna pull up my hoodie, and I'm gonna go in the water.
Okay. Everybody give me a perception check.
I might notice.
I see nothing.
19.
Luno and Alexander, you're going to hear some splashing, but you're up here towards the temple, and, you know, the lighting's not so great here, but then you see, like, it's like weird. It's like apparently Vic has put on her hood and is on her back and moving into this pond, and the movement looks really weird to you. And then you're going to see her pulled into the pond and under the water. And I think that's probably a pretty good place to end the episode.
Okay. Alright. I'm curious what in there, though. That's not fair.
Oh my god, I set up an encounter for this, and I was like, there's no way they're going to go investigate this thing, because they're just going to head straight to the temple.
It was way too obvious.
They're going to move straight to the temple. This encounter won't even happen, and then the Drow's got to go fuck with it.
I knew it. Like, the second I saw that pond, it was too strategically placed not to have something in it.
Yeah, vindication after 3 episodes.
And I was like, I bet Kevin has something here. It's either a cool item or a messed up encounter, and I don't want to make him lose it. You know?
You're getting ready to fight one of my favorite creatures.
Oh, and I'm gonna have to stalk
Thing
the
from
Facebook
outside
and
the door into the mines of Moria, where they had to solve a riddle. Speak friend and enter. And then one of the hobbits threw a rock into the pond, and suddenly they were fighting the shibboleth, or the kraken.
By the way,
who got the? Oh, excuse me.
Grab me. What was it made of? What did I see?
As far as you could tell, it kind of looked like this rope, but more organic and viney.
Oh, hentai. Okay.
Yeah, you're about to get tentacle fucked.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was Vic. Vic took that.
Well, alrighty, folks. I am glad everybody was able to play today, and hope you had fun, and I hope everybody out there watching enjoyed. We will see you here back next week on the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. So until then, see ya.
Thank you,
Bye, everyone.
Peace out.
Yep.
We need a sign out or something. Somebody get on that.
Oh man, barely finishing it.
You can play my Ruin Axis song. Ruin Axis is the very best dragon.
That was a fun session, honestly. A lot of fun. Finished early a bit than usual.
That was fun. I enjoyed it.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. If I could ask a halfling-sized favor, give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It's the best way to support us. New episodes come out every Monday, so make sure to check your podcast app. Do you have an idea to make the podcast better? Tell us about it on Twitter or Facebook. You can also check out our website to see all the maps, lore, and characters at dungeonsanddebacklespodcast.com. And now a word from our fantasy sponsor. Are annoying adventurers stealing your treasure and slaying ye hard-earned magical beasties? An expertly crafted dungeon may just be what ye need. Hell, I'm Brog Stoneshield Jr. of Stoneshield & Sons Dungeon Contractors. When me pal started this business, he had but one philosophy: help people protect what they worked so hard to get. We have free in-tower consultations to design a lair just for ye needs. Our expert dwarf and stonesmiths will help you build a dungeon of your dreams, and we can work with any budget. Spike traps, we got them. Flame pillars, no problem. Bottomless pits, we're the best in the business. Do you already have a dungeon and want to upgrade? We can help make it even more secure. With a combined 600 years of experience, there's no dungeon too big or too small. We do them all. Just contact Stoneshield & Sons Dungeon Contractors for all your dungeon needs.
Makes sense.
Also, I might want to turn on sticky keys sometime. I don't know.
What? Give me one reason.
I will never want to turn on sticky keys. I'm not sure what they are, but I know I don't want them.
Sounds so bad. Sticky keys.
Sounds like if you're letting a kid play Minecraft on your computer, what's left?
Oh, ew, God. That's too relatable, man. That's too relatable.
Avon.
Oh yeah, I almost got pulled into a multi-level marketing thing. That was whack. That was not the best thing. I'm like, hey, so what would I be doing if I like did this? She's like, but you don't really have any actual responsibilities. You just kind of like buy into it, and then yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
That's like starting a cult quest, honestly. Like a story
she was
hook about a
honest,
cult.
right?
I didn't even have to ask. I just they were explaining how all the money works, and I like just drew a little doodle on my paper, and then I drew a big triangle around it. I'm like, how curious.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be about
D&D.
2,000 in startup
Yeah,
costs.
D&D.
Yeah,
Exactly. Oh man, this is yeah. Sorry
So
for derailing Kevin.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking up the Elvish word for burn because that seemed like something that would be pretty easy to.
Well,
just
they're
say.
really southern, so it's just fur.
Well, there's like 5 or 6 different types of Tolkien Elvish.
Yeah, but our elves is southern.
So
they say
middle
things
primitive
like that.
Elvish would work.
Burn dang nabbit.
Deuce is the middle primitive Elvish.
You get
according
drop
to
a
this.
deuce. There you go. You dropping a
Right?
deuce.
It's a conflagration.
There's also Usta, or Dosta, or Puru.
I like Puru just because it's got poo in it.
Puru. I think it's either that or it's Peru, Puru, or Awa.
Owie.
Awa.
Owie.
AWA.
No,
That's
from
really
now on,
primitive.
whenever you want to burn, you got to say owie. Get ready for
Anyway,
owies.
okay.
The music you heard on this episode was Rights in Shadowlands 5 Antechamber by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0.